Good morning. Here to chat about day two, which is Slow Down Soul Sister. So, let me just make sure I'm recording here. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Hi, Charlie. My kitty's out here. All right, so let's take a moment to see if anyone's going to be joining live. I know most of you have to watch this video because you're like at work. I'm sitting out on my little patio outside of my office today. The air is actually really beautiful. It's been super crazy hot here recently. Oh, here comes Miles to join. All right, so let's get started. I heard from a lot of you on Facebook yesterday and messages that you started and you got things going and you were rocking your routine yesterday. So congrats on making some shifts there. I swear that routine is like the biggest thing that keeps me sane, and it's not something that I love doing, but I've experienced so many benefits from it that it's just not even an option anymore. So today we're talking about day two, which is Slow Down Soul Sister. And we've like become so obsessed in this society, unintentionally maybe, but between iPhones and women, having so many roles between work and being moms and being wives and partners and whatever else, that we feel like we never have a moment to just breathe. And then when we do have that moment, it feels scary to go within. I remember that vividly a few years ago, or it's probably like 5 or 6 years ago. I was working with a coach, and I was head of HR for a national healthcare company, and she had me just breathe on the phone for a couple minutes, and I burst into tears because I had been avoiding so much inside through the busyness. So busyness can be another way that we sabotage and we distract ourselves from feeling what's really going on inside. So today we're going to be fixing that. We're going to go into slow down mode. Since we, anyone who's alive now, it's like we're in that cycle of busyness and nonstop action, right? So recently I've been talking to you about subtle stress, the little ways we stress ourselves out. So for example, if we have a messy closet and we have to struggle in the morning to find our clothes or whatever, there's all these little things that we do throughout our day, sometimes before we even walk out the door, that create stress for our systems. And while we're not overtly stressing out about it, it's something that our body is taking on. Stress hormones are released, and Miles, stop snorting. It's creating stress within our system, which affects everything, right? But today I want to talk about what I call like spinning stress. So stress we create by spinning in our heads. So I'm sitting here right now, right? And pretend I'm not talking to you. Pretend I'm just sitting here. I could be having the most peaceful, amazing day because I'm sitting outside, the breeze is great, and just chilling out and enjoying myself. Or I could be sitting here and torturing myself by having crazy racing thoughts about everything that could possibly go wrong today. And a lot of us get in that cycle of spinning because what happens is when we're so used to being nonstop. Miles, stop, sorry, he's such a bully. Bulldog, damn it, stop pushing me. When we get into that cycle of nonstop go, it's like when we have a moment to actually be still, we don't know how to do it. So our mind continues that cycle of stressing out by mentally coming up with all of these things that we can possibly stress out about. So it starts creating stress because it's so uncomfortable to just like sit there and not feel it, especially like if we're unwinding from a crazy day or whatever. So today is all about those activities that you're going to engage in to give your body a rest, to de-stress. Some of them might seem like little and silly, but they will create relaxation in your system, which is awesome. It's exactly what we want. So today we're going to consciously try to disengage from spinning in our heads through the breathing technique that I shared on the website page. We're also going to disengage from like getting on our phones and rereading stuff over and over and over again, analyzing while we or maybe doing something else, wink, wink, which I wrote about, not being present because we're, doing 10 things at once. So today, again, it's all about slowing down. Stress is created in our body without us realizing it when we eat too fast, when we do too many things at once, when we're not present, when we don't give it enough rest. So that's one of the things I talk about sleep today, and that was a big lesson in my journey. My health coach, Jen Maleka, who's in this group, was like, you need to be in bed by 10. And I'm like, what? That's insane. Like, I do my best work at 10. So I had to, 10, and I had to break that habit because she taught me that for every hour of sleep we get before midnight, it's like worth 2 hours of sleep for our adrenals. And a lot of women have burnt out adrenals these days with all of the craziness of our schedules. So I talk about that today on the webpage. So try these all out. Again, I heard from you yesterday that sometimes your ego is rearing up, and that will happen with these things again today. And when that does, celebrate it, because number one, you're aware of it, and number two, it means that you are consciously making shifts internally, because if you weren't, the ego is not gonna mess with you, right? So if you are hearing your ego rear up and tell you like, this is stupid, I don't need to do this, then that's amazing, because that means you're shifting things inside. You're taking a step in the right direction. So just celebrate it and watch it, and reminded that it's not in control, even if it wants to be, that you are. So I wanted to share also with you what the actual breathing technique does for you, because it's like pretty fantastic, even though it seems simple. So the breathing technique, when you do that, even for just a minute, creates positive shifts in mental function. Woohoo, I know I need some of that. It creates intense feelings of awareness, which totally helps us when we're in a process of integrating new routines and rituals and well-being habits. It also increases our visual clarity. It heightens our body sensitivity. So these are all really amazing things that are very connected to what we're doing this week. And then the pituitary and pineal glands begin to coordinate at an enhanced level. And so adrenals are all part of the endocrine system, which is where all of our hormones and all that stuff goes on. And pituitary is like the master gland of all of that. So when we get those two things syncing up, that's amazing for our bodies and for our well-being. And what that does is when those two glands of pituitary and pineal start to coordinate at an enhanced level, it produces a meditative state for us. So what that really means, like breaking it down, is like that throughout our day we become more relaxed as we go through our day. So it helps just by using that breathing technique that I taught you on the page. It literally helps you slow down without even thinking about it, just by changing your breathing. You literally slow down your system, you slow down your mind, you stop the racing. So, imagine 3 minutes of that, what it will do for you. Try it, start with 1, and do it periodically, as I talked about on the webpage. So let me know how it goes today. Post, your victories, get your points. Some of you are learning that being competitive can be spiritual, because for some of us, it's built-in accountability. So if you're someone who's tracking your points, that means you're going to report them at the end of the day, which means that having an accountability system helps you support that. It's another added layer of how do I start making some shifts. So celebrate those points for those of you who are doing it. And then if you're watching this and you're not registered for the Rock Your Radiance Challenge, you can still join. Just go to www.molly.tips. That's the Facebook page for people who are watching this on elsewhere. Or if you're in the Facebook page and you want to actually sign up for the challenge, you can go to bit.ly/rockyourradiance, and you'll have access to all the tools that I'm posting on the website. So otherwise, enjoy slowing down, soul sister. Notice what's coming up for you as you're doing it. You're going to get triggered. It's going to be uncomfortable, especially if you're not used to doing it. And the more you can just allow it and notice it without reacting or judging it, the easier and quicker it'll be for you to just slow down, go within, relax yourself. And all this stuff, of course, leads to beautiful benefits like sleep and less stress, is like amazing skin and no bags under your eye and all that stuff. So there's little added benefits on the side too. So have an amazing day. Enjoy your practices today. Continue your rituals and routines from yesterday that you started. And today, focus on slowing down and let me know how it goes. Have an amazing day. Bye, everyone.